what's up guys? Jason here with S&S Fishing. I'm going to show you guys how to rig up a whole Bobber Dogg setup with a bumper. Usually use somewhere, I don't know, 20 pounds a good all around bumper size for pretty much any salmonoid species. I use fluoro, but it's all personal preference. What do you want to use and how many pound line you use with different conditions. I usually stick with 20 pound for just about everything. Unless it's super low and clear, then I'm going to use some very light line for that. We're going to do a simple double uni knot to attach your fluoro to your braid. So just any type of line that you feel comfortable with. I use 20 pound fluoro. You grab both your lines, pull apart, about a foot, pick it out, grab it in the middle, make a loop. Hold the loop with your thumb, just like so. Then you're going to bring this tag in back through this loop 6 times. And that's just what I do, what I'm comfortable with. Many other people do it a different way. This is how I do it. I'm just showing you how. So you got that loop and you're holding it. You want to go back through 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you're going to want to wet this down when you cinch it. This is a trick. Now when you're doing this, hold both the lines like this. Put a little spit on there. And now with these 2 fingers, at the same time you're pulling, you just go like this. What that does is it lines up your knot. It lines up all just to make it look pretty every time. You don't have to worry about anything overlapping if you do that. It's a game changer. Alright, so you're going to flip it over. You're going to do the same thing with this side. Make a loop. So I did that. So there's one we just made. We're going to grab it right here. Make a simple loop. Just like that. Make it a little bit bigger so it's easier. So you got that loop right there. You can hold this side. Now you're going to bring this 6 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll want to wet this one immediately. Slowly pull. Use your third hand here. Slowly pull them together. That's that. Pull it snug. You don't have to pull all crazy. You'll feel it pop into place usually. And cut your tag ends. You don't have to be all super close or anything with this. Just get it cut. Always put your tags in the trash. Now this side, on the tag end for your fluoro or your mono, whatever you feel comfortable using, cut this one pretty short. Cut that tag end right up against there. Some people disagree with that. This is just how I do it. And depending on where you're fishing, you're going to want to have shorter or longer bumpers. And the bumper is just a peace of mind to... A lot of people fish no bumper, which is fine, which works. This is just for more peace of mind, so you know you're not going to spook any fish with your high vis line going through there. Which the higher the water conditions, it doesn't matter. You can tie straight to it. I do this all the time because it gives me a peace of mind when I'm fishing. For this spot right here, I'm doing a 15-foot bumper. That might seem excessive, but when you're bobber dogging, you need a lot of line in the water, more than just a flow setup. Just your simple slip flow. It's going to be different because you're going to want a few feet extra, sometimes more than that, more than the depth that you're fishing, because you're dragging that setup against the bottom and actually makes a Z pattern under the water as the current is dragging your presentation down. I'll explain that in thorough in some other video. But with this bumper, I'm going to go 15 feet. You don't have to be exact. Don't worry about being exact with any of this stuff. It's just roundabouts. Huh? Recording? Yeah, I was just doing a little tutorial on making the bumper setup and everything. You gonna head out?
Yeah. I'm wet and cold.
I feel you. I'm probably just gonna fish a little bit more and get home. I don't want to drive home in the dark.
Take it easy, man.
You too.
It's 1:30.
1:30 right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm cold. I'm shivering, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this little tutorial and eat a sandwich, fish for a little bit more, and head on home.
Sounds good. Remember, you don't have a net out there.
Oh, I got one.
Okay. Okay. Take it
Awesome.
easy, man.
You too.
Good day.
Yes.
Hope you catch the third one.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. I know. Fuck. You know, it's just luck.
Yeah. I'll get you next time.
Yep. Alright guys, now I'm gonna put on 2 bobber stops. The reason why I do 2 bobber stops is so you don't get any slippage, and sometimes one will fail. And then you don't have to re-rig your whole setup. You just tighten it down, keep fishing. So I usually use any one type, there's all kinds of brands. But I prefer Fishfield. There's a Fishfield bobber stops. I use one of these, and I also use a rubber one in conjunction with each other. It works well for me. Some people might think that's overkill. That's just how I do it. Alright, now I'm going to put on a bobber stop. I'm going to slide that bobber stop on. Now, just like how we did, always throw your plastics in the trash or anything. Now, just like we did with the uni knot bumper, we were attaching the bumper to the braid, we're going to do the same thing with this here by pulling it and twisting it with your fingers at the same time, just to make sure that knot's lined up and it's nice and tight. So you want all that lined up, because if you don't, it'll bunch up and it'll cause it to catch on your eyes when you're casting. So we got that on, it's nice and clean. Now, I'm going to put on another one. So this one's going to be a rubber bobber stop. I use 2 bobber stops. The reason for that is slipping. I don't like things slipping around. Like them to stay stationary. Also, one will fail on you, and you have a backup on there that most likely will last you for the rest of your day. So we're going to put this rubber bobber stop on. Now, if you're in a hurry, go ahead and wet your line and slide this thing down. But if you're not in a hurry, better not to lubricate this and just do it very slowly. And the reason for that is you don't want any lubrication on there if you're going to fish it right away, because it's going to slip. I don't like slipping around. It's irritating. I like to set my depth, and I like to know where my depth is. You know, especially if you catch a fish on that depth, you want to set it at the same depth, and you don't want it sliding around on you. So that's what I do. I use 2 bobber stops, 1 yarn bobber stop, 1 rubber bobber stop. Now we're going to put our bobber on. This is just a large hawking float. I prefer the fish fields. These hawkins work great. So what we're going to do, always put on, you want a bead first. Put a bead on. You can I put a large corky. I get the largest corkies I could find anywhere. So put your corky on after your bead. So we got 2 bobber stops, a small bead, corky, and now you slide your bobber on. And these large Bobber Dogs, they usually stay in the 3/4 to 1 ounce range on these. They're not marked for weight. I don't know why they do that, but they don't. The large ones, just remember 3/4 to 1 ounce. Then you want to put on another small bead after that. So the bobber goes on, a bead in the back of the bobber. And now I always put a bobber saver on. And all that is, it's not a necessity to do this, but it's a good practice because you won't lose as many setups. You won't lose as many bobbers. but I'll show you how that comes into play. Some people, I usually don't, for when I'm teaching somebody on hands-on on the river, I'll put one on, but I won't slide it up high. I slide mine up high because I'm comfortable with fishing them. A lot of people have trouble fishing with it because it makes your setup longer, which is harder to cast, especially when you're fishing a double bead setup. So see, we got that bobber stop on there, right here. Real bobber stop. Here's my tag in. Now going with the size 7 swivel. Size 7's good all around size. It'll hold up to a lot of weight. Now you just tie on your 3-way swivel. Use your favorite knot on here. Any knot works. It's just whatever your favorite knot is, really. But certain knots won't work with fluorocarbon. You always want to keep that in mind and tie your knots with fluoro. Always wet your knots, especially with fluorocarbon. If you don't, they're going to fray and they're going to make your line weak and you're going to lose the fish. Always throw your taggings away. Alright, so we got our 3-way swivel to our bobber stop, which is a bobber saver now. Then we're coming up here. We got our bead. We got our bobber. We got a corky. And then we got a bead. And there's our double bobber stop setup for no slippage and backup. And that's it, guys. Check out the website at www.sns-fishing.com. We got spinners, we got beads, we got worms, we got scent, we got brines. So, yeah, email me with any questions you may have. I'm always happy to help anybody out. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Jason Hathaway. Have a great day. Fish on.